Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, I am Madhu Mishra and I am an integrated PhD student at IISER TVM. In this channel, I make videos about PhD life in IISER and lot of tour videos. Last two videos I made for students who are coming to IISER, be it BSMS student, integrated PhD student or PhD student, where I mentioned things that you should be packing if you're coming to IISER, how to reach IISER, and lot of your questions regarding packing, food, Amazon delivery, everything that you asked in the comment section below, I answered in those two videos. So if you are coming to IISER, if you're a new BSMS student who has just enrolled in IISER TVM, please do check those two videos out. They will be really helpful. And for your convenience, I'm going to link those videos in the description box below, or you can check them out clicking on these I buttons. Now today's video is about the things that you should know if you're planning to pursue your career as a researcher. Before I talk about these things, it's only fair if I share my background first so that you know where I'm coming from. So I did my BSc from a government girls college in Raipur. Then I went to Delhi to prepare for entrance exam for 6 months, and I did a coaching in physics coaching center where I gave IIT JAM and JEST exam, and I got 400 rank in IIT JAM and 200 in JEST. Then I joined IISER in 2015 as an integrated PhD student. Integrated PhD is a 7-year course, which is a dual course, consists of 2 years of MSc and 5 years of PhD. During my MSc, I was getting 10,000 rupees per month. After 2 years of MSc, I gave a comprehensive exam. After that, I got enrolled as a PhD student in IISER in 2017. So for first 2 years, I was enrolled as a junior research fellow, where I was getting 25,000 per month. And in 2019, there was a stipend hike. After that, I started getting 31,000 as a junior research fellow, which is called JRF. And after 2 years, you have to present your work, you have to show your research progress in front of a physics committee. And after they approve, you become a senior research fellow when you start getting 35,000 per month. Now, in August 2022, I finished 5 years of my PhD. So I won't get stipend after that, and in few months I'll be submitting my thesis, and yeah, after that I'll be going for a postdoc. Now that you know about my past and my present, and you know a little about my future, that I'll be going for a postdoc, in this video I'll be talking about my opinion based on my experience and observation in these last 7 years about research as a career. So when I was conceptualizing this video, I came up with so many points to talk about, but then I thought a lot and I narrowed it down to these 6 points. So without further ado, let's start. We will start with financial aspect. You do get stipend, but you also have to pay tuition fee. We will discuss those numbers and much more. We will talk about job aspects after PhD, fierce competition. We will also talk about how isolated your life can become, family pressure, mental health, and much more. So keep on watching. One might think, since we are getting 31,000 or 35,000 as a stipend, which is tax-free, it will put you in a good financial position. But to be honest, that is not entirely true. Because with a little hike in stipend, there was a major hike, almost 200% in PhD and integrated PhD tuition fees. So once you deduct tuition fee, mess fees and other daily expenses, you are left with very little amount to save. Let's see these numbers now. This is the 2022 fee structure of IISER TVM, and in my understanding, other IISERs have similar fee structure as well. Can you see the difference in tuition fee over the years? So PhD enrolled in August 2016 and January 2017 had to pay 3,600, and they were getting 25,000 as a JRF and 28 as a SRF. However, while PhD enrolled after the hike to 31k for JRF and 35k for SRF have to pay 20k tuition fees. So over tuition fees, if you add gym fees, library fees and medical fees, where PhDs before were paying 8,900, PhDs enrolled after hike are paying 39,000 per semester, and this does not include semester mess fee. The situation is worse for IPhDs. IPhD like me who were enrolled in 2015 are paying 9,000 per semester, and look at the fees now. So now that you have seen the fee structure and you know the stipend, you can gauge how financially stable you can be. And it also depends on your family. Are they independent of you or do they depend on you? So all these things will come into the picture, and then you can decide if you can be financially stable or not. Okay, other thing is that 80% of people do not finish their PhD in 5 years, and after 5 years you do not get stipend. So all you need to save these money during these years, 5 years, 7 years, you have to save some amount of money that you will be using during your extension, because institute doesn't give you any money, and only if your supervisor has some money, he or she can give you some amount of money to survive during your extension. But in some cases the PhD can go till 6 years, and if it's worst case scenario it can go for 7 or 8 years, and then all these 3 years you have to work without money, and in worst case scenario you might have to ask money from your parents. And if you do not want all those things to happen, please save some money during this 5 years or 7 years of your course. So as I said, the PhD might get extended and you don't know how long you will take to finish your PhD, because these things are inevitable. Like lot of factors comes in. It's not like you will say that I will work hard and I will finish it in 5 years. It doesn't work like that, and you should know it before you consider joining the research, because lot of factors comes into play when you are doing your PhDs. If you're doing experimental PhD, then things like instrument, it might take 1 or 2 years to instrument to come in your lab so that you can do your experiment. It can take months and months to just get a reading. Or if you're doing a theory, you might get stuck at some point. You don't know how to go from equation 1 to equation 2. You don't know what to do to go from step A to step B. So you will be stuck for months and months, and it's very natural, and you can't avoid these situations. So you should always consider, you should not think like that I'm a hardworking student and I can finish it in 5 years. All the PhDs here are hardworking, and that is why they are here. And there are some situations, some circumstances that are not in your control. For example, this COVID happened and lot of things went wrong for a lot of people, and if institute doesn't care about these things and they don't give you extension and they don't give you fellowship during extension, then you're really screwed. So your financial situation will be really, really tight during your PhD. So please consider those things. Now when it comes to job, after PhD things are really uncertain. They are uncertain even during PhD, but after that even uncertain. So it depends if you're going to join for postdoc, if you want to pursue some industry, or if you want to go and join as a teaching. Everywhere the number of PhDs and the number of positions available is the ratio is extremely weird, it's very bad. And there are also a lot of things will come into the picture during your selection. So that's why I said fierce competition and corruption. When I said corruption, what I meant is few things are preferred over other things, which is not a fair deal for a lot of PhDs. You don't get a fair field to play. So for example, when you're applying for postdoc abroad, they prefer some institute over some other institute. Even if the students have worked equally and they have equal amounts of paper in the same journal, they will prefer some institute over some other institute, and they will prefer students of some particular faculty over other faculties. So the favoritism comes into the picture, and then it's not a fair field, right? And when it comes to academic jobs, they prefer students who have done their postdoc abroad. That is another unfair situation where you can land up. So a lot of things are uncertain, and then you have a lot of financial issues, your family pressure which you have to go through. So these things you have to keep in mind. Like I applied, in my experience, I and my seniors experience, we have papers in good journal, very high impact journal, and multiple papers. And when we were applying for postdoc, we saw that people are getting postdoc even with one paper if they have done it from particular university, and with particular professor. And we, because we have many paper but we are not from particular university, or we have not worked with certain professor, we are not preferred, and that is certainly unfair. So and these situations are not in your control. So when things go out of your control is when I feel it's unfair. And these things you should consider if you're considering PhD as your career. So my suggestion would be to all the students who are watching this video and who are thinking that they will be pursuing PhD as a career, do PhD or do pursue research only if you are interested in research. Do not do it for money. Do not do it for any other reason. Do not do PhD because you were good in academics and this is the next step. Do it only because you're interested in research and you like finding new things. Then only you can survive, because there is no other perk. Like there are perks that you go out, you can go for conferences, and other institute will pay for your travel and your stay and your food. But the pressure is too much and there is too many uncertainties. So do research and follow this only if you are interested in research and you are interested in finding new things. Yeah, even if when you get the job, the senior professors in top IITs get 2.5 lakhs. So you're not going to get rich even if you reach the position which is the top positions. So you will be upper high middle class maybe, or a middle class, or you'll be in a good situation. So don't do it for money, because there is too much uncertainty and too much competition and too much stress. Now let's see how a PhD life looks like. PhD is a journey that you have to walk alone. You have to figure out things alone. The only person who can help you is your supervisor. So you have to think alone. You'll be solving problems alone. So you'll be spending a lot of time in isolation, in loneliness. And that is the time you miss your family the most. You'll be missing your friends and you'll be looking at Instagram photos and their Facebook photos and they're having fun and you're doing your work. And there will be time that you will be missing out all the family functions. I have not been in Diwali for as long as I remember. I missed so many Raksha Bandhan. I missed so many marriages and all the functions. The last marriage I attended was in 2016, and after that I have not been to any family function, because you only get 30-day leave in a year and that you have to use it very wisely. So because you don't want to go for 1 year without seeing your family, so you divide it in 15 days and the 15 days just fly by. So you will miss your family, and so it's very important that you make good friends when you start your PhD. Talk to your seniors, talk to your juniors as much as you can. This is the family function. It's not a family function, it's the celebration that my father, mother, my sister, my jiju and my brother and my nephew is there. And what I was doing, I was studying. And if you do not enjoy your research and if you do not enjoy the work that you're doing, these things will become very, very, very difficult. but it does become easier if you like your job, and it goes for everything, for research and for any other job. If you like it, it will be easier for you. Now when it comes to marriage, the situation is bad for both boys and girls. Girls family starts talking about marriage like in 25 and you're in mid of your PhD, and they will start asking about when will you get married, when will you get married. But if you have a encouraging family and supporting family like I have, then your life is sorted, then you don't have to worry about it. For boys side, the problem is that you don't know if you'll have a job after PhD, and at what point you'll get the job, after 6 months or after 1 year, when will you get the job. So that is also a problem, because girls family, your family, everyone will be asking about job, whereas in our society people are not worried about girls job. They are not worried if a girl is doing a job or not. All they are focusing on is that the guy should have a job because he is going to feed the family. So there is another added pressure on boys. So if you're doing research, only do it because you have passion for it. That's it, no other reason. I hope you like this video, and I hope it kind of have given you the idea of your a PhD life and how this career looks like and what you have to go through. I just want to give a disclaimer that it is not this depressing. I have only pointed out the things which are like difficult things that I have pointed out that you have to go through when you will enter in this career. So there are a lot of good things also, and if you enjoy research, then it's amazing. Then a lot of things, even when you get stuck and even if things are not working out for months and months, you kind of enjoy those things, and you kind of like there are you find joy even when things doesn't work out. But that only happens if you like doing research. It's if you're just coming here to find a to do some calculation and get the result and get a paper, then it can get frustrating, and it will get frustrating even if you like research sometimes. But you kind of find a joy in it if you're liking the research, and you're not rushing into things, then you will enjoy it. And it's like stress is one thing which is inevitable in PhD, but what you can get rid of and do not fall into if you like doing research and if you're enjoying the process. No, depression is a medical term, so I don't want to use it. I don't know much about it, but I feel you can find the joy and motivation again to do the thing, do the research or do the calculation or do the experiment if you love the process. So you should love the process, not and result will come, right? So if you believe in research as a process, then you will definitely enjoy it and you should definitely join it. But what I want to say is, and what I want to convey is, do not do it for any other reason. Like do not follow PhD as a career for any other reason but research. That's that's all I wanted to say. That the video is anyway very has gone for 20 minutes, and I hope you watched it till end. And tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you still have any question, write it down in the comment section. And if you want to have a conversation about anything, you can also DM me in my Instagram. I talk to a lot of students, new student, and like children who want to pursue research as a career. I have lot of other ideas that I want to come with to kind of this. I feel like this might have demotivated lot of people, but I also want to come with a video which will give you a push. And even if you, after listening to all these things, even after that, if you want to do a PhD, I want to come with a video where I can give you some tips and tricks to go in a right direction when you're starting your PhD. So stay tuned for that, and please do subscribe to my channel, like and share this video to all the students and your brother, sister, friends, anyone who are looking for PhD as a career. Please share this video with them, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Till then, bye bye.